Hello and welcome to this week's Comic Roast. I'm your host, Scott. You can find me on Twitter at XOrsonX, and I'm here with Mike. You can find on Twitter at Review and Roast. You can find us on Instagram at instagram.com/review and roast, and you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/review and roast. Today we're going to be talking to you about The Hunt for Wolverine, Claws of a Killer number 3. Alive or undead, on the trail of the returned Logan, Sabretooth, Lady Deathstrike, and Daken have run straight into a horde of flesh-eating zombies. But what do these poor resurrected creatures have to do with Logan's return? Tune in and find out now.
It's a transmitter. It circles the globe in search of a listener. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
This, of the 4 books in this series, this has definitely been the least exciting for us. But I think that, for me at least, has turned around in this issue. A lot of things kind of got put together that I wasn't really expecting, and it was a pleasant surprise, to say the least. So basically, this is the team that, they did very little introduction on the 3. Me not knowing, I knew who Sabretooth was, but I didn't know the other 2. You were aware of Daken from stuff that you were just previously reading, but that was one of the first complaints was that. But then they just get to this town that's basically, I guess you could say, abandoned because there was some weird experiment that killed everyone and they all turned into zombies. And of course, the second they get there, they split the team up, which is like,
rule number 1.
Right. So it's just, I mean, whatever. We've talked about the first 2 and that we were not that impressed. But in this one, the name of the military team is Sotera or something, right?
Sotera.
So they talk about that a little bit in, I believe, Weapon Lost. I don't think the other 2 have really touched on them yet.
No, not yet.
I don't think so. So, basically, the other ones are, I feel like they were making more headway. But this one, in this issue, you start to find out that, quote unquote, there was something with Wolverine where he, contained the blast back in the past or whatever. Or was that's Adamantium Agenda? Mm-hmm. Yep. There was something with this one. They came in and they blew up the town. That was the blast I was thinking of.
Well, yeah, they had some type of large event happened.
Yes.
A while back.
That was set off
not very long ago, but
by this paramilitary team or whatever. And the first one to stumble into them was Daken, and then he got attacked by zombies and he was presumed dead. So you find out in this one, whatever that machine is that has basically turned everyone into zombies is stopping the healing powers of all 3 of these, I don't want to say superheroes, but all 3 of these mutants, I guess you could say. But the more interesting fact is, while they're figuring out their escape plan, because Daken he's broken free from, being surrounded by zombies and presumed dead, and he's wound up running into, Lady Deathstrike and Sabretooth, and they're trying to work out their plan, and then they're like, 1, 2, 3, go! And then you find out that this Sotera military team is comprised of seemingly other previous experiments of these zombie towns that they've tried to do.
Well, people presumed dead already.
Yeah. So now that's the way I took it, was they brought these people back from the dead to be part of this team to run these tests so they wouldn't be affected, kind of thing. Or maybe they did just like recruit people who were going to have to, quote unquote, fake your death kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. They could have been dead and brought back, or who knows what. So
yeah, so it definitely got more interesting in that aspect for me. And
but they were seemingly not zombies, but might be what this test is actually all about. Some way to, maybe they got it right before, or who knows what.
Maybe it takes time, or maybe only some people are susceptible to not turning into zombies, I guess.
Right.
But I took it as the route of they've animated the dead of these people, and now that they're using them, and that would make sense.
The soldiers are obviously not brain-eating zombies like the rest of them.
Right.
That was the difference.
Right, but they seemed very on point, didn't acknowledge the fact that they knew these other people. It was more of like, oh my God, you're supposed to be dead.
Mm-hmm.
T minus 15 minutes until it explodes. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
they're
right.
very, seemingly well trained.
Mm-hmm.
Which, from, I guess, a shitty government standpoint, if you can just throw a bunch of dead bodies into a war, who gives a shit if they get killed, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So that could be a neat experiment to bring this whole story out of almost being dead itself. Any thoughts as I'm rambling here?
No, not really. I mean, that's about it. It's a quick book, like the other ones. Still going down the path of who knows what's going to happen next. So I believe we already have the next issue, which will be coming out shortly. So really, there's nothing to it. They run into some stuff and cliffhung, or whatever you want to call it, once again. Which, yeah, they might have answered a few questions, but really not really. Not by comparison to like everything else that's going on in all the other books.
Oh, the other books are all definitely making more headway, but I'm starting to think if this one might actually have a decent, I don't want to say payoff, but...
Yeah, I mean, maybe
Yeah.
in Adamantium Agenda, they were mostly just stuck on a boat or on a sub, but they do a lot of flashback work, blah, 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 blah. In Mandrapore, obviously that place is bigger than a small town that holds 400 people, so there's a lot of things going on. There's places to go, people to see. In the other one, which one am I thinking about now? Weapon Lost, they're all over the globe.
Yeah.
So I guess my point being is this is just some like small backwater town. Obviously, there is nothing going on here.
Small backwater
You know what I
town of zombies that they've spent 3 issues on.
Right. So there's a lot going on that you're dragging out 3 issues, I think. That's all.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
most
I
of this
agree.
could have been done in this whole thing. I don't know what they have in store for the last issue. But as of right now, the whole thing could have been done in 2 and then moved on to something else. At least had something happen a little. Everybody else has got big things going on.
Yeah, I agree.
So, and actual Wolverine sightings or what have you, in one way, shape, or form. And this one doesn't have that. I mean, it still has 3 cool characters that I actually like as far as bad guys go. But yeah, I mean, it's just meh for me.
Well then, yeah, there's, like I said, it's a short one, so there's not much else to go over here. So why don't we throw some numbers on this one, and then we will see you guys next week for Mystery in Mandrapore. Well, like I said, personally for me, I feel like it's getting better. Last week, or I should say last month, I gave issue 2 a 6. You gave it a 6.5. I'm actually willing to bump this one. I'm actually going to bump it to a 7.5.
Jesus.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just in a good mood, but I really thought it picked up the story in a way that I was not expecting. I was just expecting another dud.
Yeah, I'm actually dropping my score to a 6.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's
I like-
like the first
I like
time
it
we're
less.
like super like way off.
Well, no, only because it was, I don't know, I was giving it the benefit of the doubt, but now, fool me once.
Ooh,
Shame on you.
I gotcha.
So,
All right, so a little mixed bag on that one, but of course, make up your own mind. Or if you're just, listening in because you don't want to buy all these series, that's fine too. That's what we're here for. So yes, tune in next week, and we'll have Mystery in Madripoor number 3, and then the following week will be Weapon Lost number 4, which is going to start out the last of the 4th issue of each book, and then the final finale after that. This should be all wrapped up by mid-October. And hey, if you like what's going on here, and there's another series coming out that you want us to do like this, like we're doing this one, let us know. If not, we'll just go back to maybe we'll pick up that Domino series or do some more Star Wars.
well, we're going
stuff.
to do the Domino and the Star Wars still, but actually Infinity War is starting up, so
Ooh, that'd be neat.
I picked up the number 1s and I think a number 2 or something.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff coming in the horizon. So if you got any preferences, let us know. If not, just keep tuning in. And as always, you can find me on Twitter at XOrSNext, and you can find Mike at Review and Roast. Find our Facebook and go ahead and hit that like button at facebook.com/Review and Roast, and the Instagrams and all that other fun stuff. So yeah, have a good week, and we'll see you next time.